Welcome to the Insecure Chef and good morning. Today we're going to do a breakfast item, and if you're like me, when you were a child you enjoyed peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and hopefully cream cheese and jelly sandwiches. Well, today I'm going to make a version of my favorite cream cheese and jelly sandwich, and I call it C&J French Roll Ups. And what they are basically mini cream cheese and jelly sandwich that I've rolled up and prepared the same way you would French toast. So we'll come over here for a preparation, and what I'm using is a thin bread. White bread is probably one of the best, but this happens to be honey wheat. But it's fine. The point is you want it to be pliable and soft. Now what I did was is I simply cut all the edges off because that'll make it much easier to roll. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to, with the rolling pin, actually simply flatten out the actual bread. So, it doesn't take much effort. Yeah, it'd be a good idea if I had put something underneath that, but that's okay. Yeah. All right, we're getting there. All right. Let me just put this under there so it doesn't roll around. And as you can see, I'm not doing a heck of a lot of work on it. I'm just getting it nice and flat, because the flatter it is, the easier it will be to roll up. And I think you can see why it would work better without the edges. So I mean, that's good enough, as you can see. I'll do one more, and then we'll proceed from there. Okay, this one's almost done as well. And again, you could make it as flat as you want, but if you make it too thin, then there's a good possibility when you roll it, it'll actually split open. So, don't go too crazy with the rolling out. All right, so there's 2 slices. All right, I'll do the rest off camera. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to take one of those nice flattened pieces of bread, and I'm going to coat it first with cream cheese. Now, don't go excessive on either the cream cheese or the jelly. And I think it's pretty clear why. If you do that, when you roll it up, it's going to squish out the sides. So you're not making a standard sandwich in the classic sense. You more likely would call it coating, if you will. So, I mean, that would be my estimate of doing the cream cheese side. Okay. And now I'll do the jelly. You may ask what jelly to use. Really your choice. This one happens to be strawberry spreadable fruit from Dickinson's. I don't know if that exists where you live, but again, any preserve or jam that you like is fine. All right, so you see, I'm essentially making a one-sided cream cheese and jelly sandwich. Try to get it, smooth and flat as you can so it doesn't squish out, but it wouldn't be the end of the world if it did. All right. Okay, so I'm going to continue this process, and when I'm done, we'll come back and pick it up from there. All right, so as you can see here, I did 4 slices. You can do as many as you want. You may just need to obviously double or triple ingredients. All right, so the next step is to simply roll these guys up as tight as you can without damaging the bread. So I'm just doing a nice peaceful roll like this. Kind of give it a little bit of a press, try to hold that seam together. And now at this point, I'm going to, well, you know what? Let me roll them all up first. That seems like the easier thing. It doesn't make much difference which direction you roll, I don't think. Again, try to make them as tight as you can. You see the jelly is trying already to sneak out.
Yep.
And again, my last thing is I kind of give it just a little press on the seam in the hope that it'll stay together. All right, so I'll do the next one. Now, this is cream cheese and jelly. I haven't tried it, but I could probably do it with peanut butter and jelly or any other kind of item that you think might fry well. And again, the beauty of the air fryer is the lack of oil necessary. You don't have to deep fry it or anything. Okay. Okay, we'll be right back. All right, so now I'm going to take one of the roll-ups and I'm going to dip it in the egg, just the way you might do with French toast. You know, give it a nice coating, and then put it in the Ninja Foodi, seam side down. That way it'll hopefully stay together. And I'll do another one here. And then let it, take the excess off the best you can. Put that in there. And, if you first try this and they come apart, as you do things, it just takes just a little practice, not much, just to figure out how much pressure you need to hold them together. And I think it also will be a function of the bread. Certain breads are wetter and therefore stick to each other better. Some are not. So there's the 4 I started with, as you can see in there. And now I'm going to close the lid on the Foodi. I'm going to go to air fry. I'm going to go to 330 degrees. And then I'm going to set it for 8-9 minutes perhaps. But, I don't think you're going to need that much time. It really now comes down to visual. So let's get it started. And we'll be back and check it in a few minutes. Okay, let's take a quick look and see how they're doing. All right, they're moving along very nicely. As you can see, they're starting to brown on the edge. All right, so maybe just a few more minutes, and then we'll be done. All right, so we're back, and they are now completely cooked as far as I can tell. I'm going to take one out, all right, and I'm going to place it directly in the melted butter. And by the way, as I stated, as always, the recipe is on the site. Then from the melted butter into the sugar and cinnamon mixture to get it coated very nicely. And it can be a bit frustrating if they do fall apart. This takes a matter of practice. All right, you'll see now I'm just basically coating it with the sugar and the cinnamon. Another option is brown sugar and cinnamon. All right, so that one should be complete. And there's one there. Now we'll do that the same with the other 3. Into the butter. Get it nice and wet so that it sticks with the sugar and cinnamon. See how we do. All right. Okay, so we'll be back in a minute and then they'll all be complete. All right, so there we go with the finished product. I can assure you they're very tasty. And depending on the bread and the methods you use for your breading step, if you will, they may look slightly different. If you like it a darker appearance, you might want to try brown sugar or more cinnamon in the cinnamon sugar mixture. But that's all appearances. No matter which way you do it, it'll be delicious. So, again, thank you so much for watching the videos. I do appreciate the subscriptions that have been coming in. If you haven't subscribed, please do so and pass it on to your friends. If you have suggestions or ideas you'd like me to try, I'll be glad to listen to them. No guarantee I'll know how to do them, but I enjoy trying them. So for my wife, Regina, and myself, have a good day and enjoy your breakfast.
Enjoy.
Bye.